EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Who will represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl? We're about to find out as off we go in the NFC title game. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, he'll throw to get this one started. Into space at the 45. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Get into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. Throw, left side, that's Johnson. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. His first catch of this NFC Championship game, good enough for a first down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. Looking for that crease inside, and that did not break the play. No doubt about it. They are going to mark him short. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, New York. Point after, coming up here. He gets it to go, and the Giants will take the early advantage. They lead 7-0 in this NFC title game. Seven 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Drive will start on the ground, and he surges forward.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. A date on Super Bowl Sunday awaits one of these teams as we begin the NFC Championship game. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Hits his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
That's caught for the 1st. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
From the red zone now. Completed to his running back. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They have it 1st and goal, an early lead available here in the postseason. They'll try and punch it in. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Brown on to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he crosses midfield before going out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They go play action on 1st. Lays out, what a catch! And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Looking to the air here. Escapes the pocket. He's got it at the 6. And he's out of bounds down at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That was a whole lot of hoofing it all the way across the field before the tight end and QB could find a window in that zone to get him the ball. He had to earn that catch in every single yard that came with it.
Working inside the red zone. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. Enough to Gibbs from the gun. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you're getting a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
That one's out and cut on the right side. And in for the Detroit touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 39. He's going deep. That's caught at the 25. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Giants take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st. Now Brown on to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Setting up a throw. Finds Laporta. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing off the play fake here. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one hits for 30. And that gives the Lions the first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he carries it for a big gain that gets him down into the red zone. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Neither side separating much so far. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're all set to bring you the 2nd quarter. Lions well within striking distance. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Now they send their back in motion right. He's on the move. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Giants have it now on his 8th pick of the year.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackled by Jack Campbell.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Second and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll cobble together a yard there. Tackled by Jack Campbell. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd down from the gun. This is complete to Neighbors. And they were able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Starts the return at the 34. They found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. In big plays on that side of the ball, Well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off immediately.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Back now, pressure on its way. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They're set up at the 35 now. Let's go now. Throwing now on first down. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
On first down, it's Gibbs. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Dropping back to throw. This one to Williams out left side. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Giants are stopped a little beyond the 10-yard line on the return. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Complete out to the right side. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 17. Dump off caught by his back. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler, gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. Give him 13 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Running back sent in motion. He'll throw it yet again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout called, and that's going to be the second for New York. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Trying again, following the sack. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He's dropping back to throw. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First down, ball at the 36. Back to throw. Buys time, rolling right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be second down.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find it first.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Still sticking with the passing game. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
When you ask a lot of your defenders on that field, it is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the third quarter. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
19,
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Chased out to his right. And he just tucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing now from the gun. Laporta with the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Motion man sent left. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Rolling into enemy territory. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Back to throw. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They are throwing it again. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Gibbs now from the gun. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
To the air, 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field in more than a second or two. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he can only manage a few yards at most.
Throwing now, off play action. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now they're going to face 3rd down.
Well, the QB right there, he put it pretty close to the sidelines to begin with. And the defender, well, that was a nice job. Just simply put a hand out there and let me just encourage the ball to fall incomplete.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's caught for the first. And he got this close to midfield before going out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Giants push their lead further to start the half. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants double their lead to 14. Now Brown on to send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. It's taken in by Williams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Lions the first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Looking for a throw here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now.
Let's go now.
Another try following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17. New set of downs for him from the 46. To the air now on 1st and 10. Got Williams, and it's complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And they bring him down around the 34. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Here we go.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. It's Lions football. Their season down to its final quarter if they can't erase this deficit. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's St. Brown working the sideline, complete. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. On the move, headed right. And it's a sack. They got there to take him down, but there was a reason for that. So he got a flag down. I think that's going to nullify the play. So the penalty takes some of that distance away. Things tightening up here for 2nd and goal. Now looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind them, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Laporta pulls it in along the sideline. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. He'll throw it. And they will score. Touchdown, Detroit! The Lions now within 1 score in the 4th. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for 1 more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
They give it to the back of the zone lead. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
Return starts at the 3. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Pass play coming here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. First and 10 for him now following the penalty. They'll throw it. That one's cut on the left sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
First down from the red zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, New York. The Giants go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Giants lead by 15 now. Now Brown on to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, this is one of those times and moments that even though it's been years and decades, I could still hear the great Mike Holmgren saying to me, after I tried to scramble as a QB that couldn't really run like our guy today, and he would say, "Oh, Brock, bless your heart. Oh, bless your heart." And really what he's saying is, don't ever try that again.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
The defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Back now, pressure on its way. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a fourth down stand.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in four-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
And he's going to take it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Giants grow the lead now to 22 points. Now Brown on to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing it to start this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Well, we have seen the value of a big physical tight end. Just like that. Those post routes downfield, so hard to defend. The great tight ends, the physical tight ends.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up first and 10. Give now to the running back. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Giants can rest easy with a 3-score lead. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. And they'll take a knee.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
Okay, time for the defense to think about getting that ball back, and this is where you've got to conserve every second. Got to expect the timeout coming any moment now.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Searches from the pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Never ever a great look when your quarterback's picking himself up a few seconds into a drive. They're going to need a lot more fight on 2nd down and a whole lot of yardage to get this back on track.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Halas Trophy as NFC champions. And now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our